Fine, I'll have a tomato for the people. And wow, conveniently, a tomato just randomly appeared. Okay. I don't know. Nope, I did not eat that tomato because I'm a wimp. Yes. But anyways, let's just get on to the Maki stuff. Why not right now? Because, like, you know, because if you couldn't tell already, like, I totally haven't mentioned it before.
My best news girl.
Maki is my best girl. If you couldn't tell. She is wonderful, she's adorable, she's a tsundere, she's a funny tsundere, she believes in Santa. Like, where could you go wrong with that? Her data is just gonna be, like, beautiful. I know it. I just know it. Sadly, I do not have a Maki Nezo that I own. I would have had her with me on screen if I did, but sadly I do not. So I'll just figure it out, I guess, later. I will do my best to make sure that Maki is with me. But yeah, I don't want to delay it any longer because I know it's going to be a lot. I just have so many Maki ships. Let's just see how gay this tsundere tomato is. Just get to the anime. In episode 2 of season 1, Maki blushed in Honoka's presence, and then at the end, she had a moment with Nozomi. In episode 3, she was overcome by Honoka's gay power. Then episode 4, as we know already, it's just beautiful. First, there's some nice Maki Pana, and it's just really soft. And Hanyo got Maki to make these faces. Then there's some more Maki Pana, and then Maki has her first fight with Rin for Hanyo. Just fighting over Hanyo is really great. Then at the end, there's Rin Maki, and it's just hella cute. In episode 7, Maki made that face when Rin teased her, and then she just karate chopped Rin out of love. There's a brief Maki Pana moment, and I'm just including it because I can. Maki was giving Rin some tough love when it comes to her studies, and Hanyo was involved too, so yay. And then I guess I should also include this shot from episode 9. In episode 10, Maki had that face during her conversation with Nozomi. Why are her eyes like that? The Nozomaki is just very strong in this episode. She didn't even deny Nozomi's presence at all. In episode 11, Maki was embarrassed after Honoka praised her. In episode 12, Maki made a CD for Honoka to help her feel better. And there was some Nico Maki, I guess. Then, in season 2, in episode 1, Maki didn't resist this hug as much as she normally would. In season 1, Maki probably would have resisted a lot more. In episode 2, Maki blushed when she was praised by Ellie. Then she shares a sweet potato with Nico. Then in episode 5, we already know that there's lots of Rin Maki and all that stuff, so... And I guess some Nico Maki too. In episode 9, it's not really gay, but I thought it was cute when Maki brought cutlet sandwiches for her wives and her other friends. And then episode 10, there's the Nico Maki unit. In episode 11, there was Maki Pana hug and Nico Maki feels. And then episode 12, she also keeps Haneo warm. Rin's there too, but you know, she's keeping her warm. And then at the end, Nico Maki hold hand and Umimaki hold hand. And then in the movie, I think the Nozomaki scenes in season 1 fueled my love for the ship because they shared a hotel room together, and I just think about all the fanfics that could have come out of this. Then there was the Tsubamaki moment. Holy shit. Also, Maki spent the night with her wives at Hanyo's house because she was nervous, and I appreciate that very much. PV time. PV time. In the 4th PV, there's Nico Maki, and then in the 6th PV, there's Rin Maki and Nico Maki. Okay, now it's time for the written materials. But since Maki is my favorite, I'm going to reflect on the content so far. It's gay. Yes. Okay, it's the manga time. In chapter 11, Maki was flustered as fuck when Nico just randomly showed up to give her some advice. Chapter 12 is a whole lot of bonding with Nico. I wish they did more of this in the anime, because maybe I would have shipped this pairing more. Like, no offense to the Nico Maki shippers and the ship itself, because I do ship it, but I basically just shipped the manga version. I wish I loved it more. In chapter 15, Maki tsundere said that she was impressed with Ellie. In chapter 18, it was very cute. There was Maki Rin Pana and Nico Maki head pat. And Maki had a gay panic when Honoka hugged her. And she was also sitting next to Rin, so... yes. Then in chapter 23, Maki just looks so happy with her girls, and it just makes me happy. In chapter 31, there's Rin head pats. I approve Rin head pats. In chapter 34, there's Nico Maki. Damn. Manga Maki is just so different. In chapter 36, it was revealed that Nico and Maki are regulars at the Maid Cafe. And finally, in chapter 39, there's more Nico Maki. Right then, school idol diary stuff. And as we all know, chapter 4 of season 1, it's Umi Maki goodness. Also, I just remember how freaking cute Maki is in this chapter. I just want to give her all the head pats. Chapter 6 has nice Nico Maki-ness, and it's pretty nice, and again, why couldn't the anime just have done this? I would have, appreciated the ship more, but, it's whatever, it's fine. Chapter 10 was super cute. It just starts off with some Rin Maki, and then becomes Maki Rinpana, because Maki is happy that they dragged her along, and included her in their Rinpana adventures. Maki is just so happy, so I am also happy. And chapter 16 was about Honomaki. Heck yeah. Gotta give the Honomaki shippers some love. The Honomaki shots were so great. I don't remember what the chapter was about anymore. Because I just know it was important, but I don't remember what it was about anymore. Maki was just so emotional, and the gayness distracted me, so yeah, I forgot. And then chapter 18, there's some cute Kotamaki stuff. In chapter 1 in volume 2 of season 2, Maki was once again happy to see her girlfriends and happy that they wanted to hang out with her. So she gave Rin head pats again. In chapter 2, Maki went to visit Nico at the snack shop because she was bored. In chapter 3, Maki felt the same way as Rin did. It just made my heart feel things. In chapter 4, Maki is happy to see Nico-chan at the festival, and there's hand-holding, and it's just lewd. In chapter 2 of the special edition, Maki is Totsuke for Hanyo and Rin. And finally, in chapter 3, there's some cute Umi-Maki bonding, and some great expressions from Maki when Umi praised her. I just love my Maki expressions. Okay, it's just time for the School Idol Festival stuff. In chapter 6, part 3, Maki wants to help Hanyo with her diet. Yes, they're just satisfying my shipping tastes. In chapter 10, part 4, Nozomi could tell what Maki was feeling, and then Maki thanked her. In chapter 13, part 3, Maki seemed to be moved when Honoka wanted to treasure the songs that she wrote. In chapter 15, part 1, Maki follows after Honoka, even though Honoka is being kind of stressful, and basically they're dating, kinda. In chapter 16, part 1, Maki holds Rin's hand with Hanyo, and she doesn't like it when Rin is sad. No one likes when Rin is sad. In chapter 17, part 2, Maki says Hanyo is a good drawer, and she says her drawings are cute and that she's amazing. In chapter 19, part 1, Maki was worried about Hanyo going by herself to look for Rin, so she just goes along with her as well. Why is this School Idol Festival feeding me so well? Then in chapter 21, part 2, Maki says Ellie looks cute. There was a small Rin Maki moment in chapter 24, part 3, and it made me happy. In chapter 25, part 3, there was some Soldier Game Trio goodness. In chapter 26, part 3, Maki was staring at her BB wives. In chapter 27, part 1, Maki was playing tag with Rin and Hanyo, and she lost to Rin, and she even admitted that she didn't mind. And then there's some Maki Rinpana I appreciate in chapter 29, part 1. Chapter 30, part 1 had a cute Kotsumaki moment. In chapter 37, part 4, there was some more Maki Rinpana cuteness. Maki, just admit you love them, please. And yet again, Maki gave Rin some tough love in chapter 39, part 4. In chapter 40, part 3, Rin Maki was being hella cute again. In chapter 47, part 4, Maki calls Nozomi a freaking goddess. And that's just a nice way to end all the School Idol Festival stuff. God damn, that was a lot. Am I starting to regret all of this? No, not really. I must finish this drawing for my girl. So yeah, there's Honomaki art, Kotomaki art, Umimaki art, Rinmaki art obviously, Nikomaki art of course, Nozumaki, Milimaki, and Maki Rinpana. I do really appreciate how much the artists understand the shipping tastes. And oh yeah, the music of course. There's that Rinmaki song, but there's also the Tsundere Nikomaki song that's also worth mentioning. You can't complain about a song about being tsundere. There are just some hella tsundere lyrics in that song. Alright, that's done. Finally. Thank you, Maki, for all this blessed information. I cherish it very much. Anyways, let's put Maki on this tier list with no hesitation. And Maki, where are you? There you are. Okay, and based on all the data, Maki shall be in the... Come on. Hella gay tier list. Hell freaking yes, of course. Where she rightfully belongs. She is hella gay as fuck. My bias totally isn't getting in the way at all. Did I mention Maki was my favorite character? Okay, I'm finally finished with the first years. Finally. Thank goodness. I can finally get to the third years. So Maki, be gone. Okay, time for the senpais. But where do I begin? I definitely know who the last girl will be, but who shall be next? Miku, Miku,